Elastos, it's not only a blockchain project, it is a network operating system project where blockchain is one component, and then we have the runtime, which is the virtual machine, that is another component, and we have the decentralized carrier, our peer-to-peer network.
We want to build a new internet for the world.
Elastos is a virtual ecosystem where applications have no direct access to the internet, where they run in this sandbox environment where all the device, all the users, their ownership of digital assets, their IDs are recorded in the blockchain, and the flow of traffic is completely taken over by a decentralized peer-to-peer network. And so when you combine all these things together, that's when you form the smart web, which is free of man-in-the-middle attacks, free of DDoS attacks, distributed denial of service attacks, virus attacks that are prevalent today in the industry. You hear all these news, some DNS server got hijacked and a lot of traffic was directed to somewhere else.
And the reality is, none of these problems exist because of user error. You see, our phones, our cars, and even our homes became smarter and smarter over the years. And yet we continue to use the exact same fundamentally flawed internet architecture from the 70s. All the security problems of the current internet, they exist only because this 50-year-old web we are still using today is very dumb. The Elastos Smart Web, because it's capable of running on any device, it guarantees the security of the Internet of Things. Safe and smart, new Internet of the future.
This is Jack, an indie game developer about to release his second game. But Jack's stressed out, and for good reasons. His biggest fear is to become a target for piracy. This problem is one of the main ambitions of Elastos to solve. Elastos aims to create the future web, where your digital property cannot be stolen or shared without your consent. It's a new kind of internet, where movies, music, games, electronic books, all digital assets are authenticated, identifiable, and tradable. A new and smarter web, powered by blockchain technology, where rights cannot be violated and owners generate wealth in an absolute secure environment. To make the smart web secure, Elastos has developed its own operating system that runs on any device, and all traffic goes through a fully decentralized peer-to-peer platform. The Elastos blockchain works as a trust zone for the entire network, and thanks to its unique structure and design, it's infinitely scalable. Today, we're used to all kinds of apps, chatting with friends, paying bills, entertainment, and even controlling your car. It's all apps. Elastos will provide a large market for the next generation of apps, the decentralized apps. Elastos aims to provide safety not only for mobile devices, but everything from refrigerators to cars and planes, and even cities. And doing so while respecting everyone's property rights, including Jack's. Elastos. Own your data.
Introducing the Elastos Smart Web. What Bitcoin is to the banking sector is Elastos to the internet. The World Wide Web in its current state is subject to censorship and copyright infringement. Elastos creates an environment for all common platforms where the user's data is encrypted and safely transferred peer-to-peer. No authority can spy on you, as long as you don't use central services like Google or Facebook. But there's even more to it. Let me show you a real-world use case. My grandma Margaret recently got an internet connection, her first time on the internet, and from the start she was amazed by the supply of ebooks, but she can't sell them as she were used to, cause no one can prove how many copies someone owns. Here comes Elastos into play. Using a proprietary runtime, every item is assigned a unique ID that is trackable and therefore sellable to another person. But what's most exciting, you can even make profit when there's low circulation and high demand. This is only possible on the Elastos Smart Web.
Welcome to the world, little one. A world where you will live, love, learn. Like the ocean, constantly moving, changing. A world where the safe and familiar will give way to the unknown. Learn from your mistakes. Exceed expectation. Own what you share. A world where the choices you make impact your tomorrow. Choose wisely. A world where knowledge is power and education is at your fingertips. Make your own rules. Find your own passions. Forge your own identity. A world more concerned about following the crowd. Dance to the beat of your own playlist. Be the owner, not the product. A world where it's not the fittest that survive, but the most adaptable. Explore, experience, share. A world where who you are is more important than where you are. Look for the good in others. Be kind. Be vulnerable. A world where out of old things, new life comes. Dream big. Create a masterpiece. Share the journey. A world where the footprints you leave will be followed by others. Live your life. Leave a legacy. Welcome to the world. Elastos.
Holes in your cheese?
That's okay.
Holes in your nose?
All the way.
Holes in your universe?
A-okay.
Holes in your internet?
No way.
The internet as we know it is flawed, prone to malware, cyber attack, and digital gremlins. A new kind of internet is here,
Welcome, Elastos.
powered by blockchain technology. Elastos is a decentralized smart web that allows users to access digital assets directly without going through a media player or any intermediary. This closed platform prevents apps from directly accessing the internet, creating a special economic zone where users can feel secure while trading digital goods. generating wealth for both creators and consumers. Whether from a mobile device or personal computer, Elastos provides the infrastructure for the authentication, trading, and circulation of digital assets, helping to create a new World Wide Web that is safer
And smarter.
Elastos,
A new kind of internet.
powered by blockchain.
Let's say you bought a digital book or movie. How would you know if you really own it? Could you sell it to a friend or perhaps a neighbor like you would with a DVD or a hardcover book? Well, Elastos has the answer to that. Elastos aims to create a new kind of internet, powered by blockchain technology. Here, you can properly own digital assets like games, books, and music, and be able to generate wealth from them. Elastos wants to make digital commodities not only limited, but also distinguished and able to be traded. Elastos intends to build an internet where digital content creators can have the security of knowing that their copyrighted materials are protected. Users will be able to access content directly without going through a third-party intermediary. Through the Elastos web, digital IDs will be issued to these assets so that the owner will know who owns what. Writers and filmmakers will be able to see how many times their content has been accessed. Elastos will also be utilized as a new type of internet to access dApps, otherwise known as decentralized applications. They'll also be able to use the Elastos token as a legal tender in this new space. And by bringing Elastos and blockchain technology together, we can have a safer and better internet for wealth creation.
To understand Elastos, you first need to understand the internet. The internet is made up of billions of device nodes that connect to central servers. Due to their centralized position, the companies behind these servers can collect and sell our personal data, censor and control what we see, and even shut us down. Even if a server has good intentions, they can be shut down through DDoS attacks or lose everyone's private data all at once to hackers. Elastos was made to solve these problems and more by building a whole new internet, the smart web. Instead of using internet addresses, the smart web will use blockchain-powered decentralized IDs. The Elastos flexible blockchain provides a completely secure and trusted zone for these DIDs. The blockchain services themselves are infinitely scalable, as other blockchains will be able to connect to and join the Elastos smart web. The smart web uses the already established internet infrastructure for peer-to-peer encrypted communication between nodes. It can do this without using any central servers or even the internet itself. Just about any device can become a node within the smart web. Phones, desktop computers, and any smart devices can install the Elastos browser app and gain access to the Elastos ecosystem. Once installed, the browser will act as its own isolated operating system inside your device. It gains full access to the device's hardware, allowing for a completely secure environment to run powerful dApps, maintain property rights to digital assets, and connect safely to other nodes in the network. In the smart web of the future, devices will be able to safely communicate with one another, exchange in digital commerce, run powerful dApps on any device, and do it all within a completely secure environment. The future is now.
So, what is Elastos? We, the Elastos Foundation, are trying to connect digital content, applications, and users all together. Having ownership of your videos, data, images, and music. The current internet doesn't do a good job of this, but we want to change this and make a safer and smarter and decentralized web. The vision is to become the technology that powers the smart economy. So what does that actually mean? We can explore the technology by piecing together what Elastos is made up of, and that's 4 main technologies. The first piece of the puzzle is to use a blockchain to create a trust zone. Elastos has its own blockchain. The second piece of the puzzle is to create an environment to be safe in, an operating system. An OS is a system software that manages hardware and software and provides services and tasks and can run applications for the user. Elastos OS can run on a device by virtual machine or directly. So we got the blockchain, we have the operating system, we need to slot in two more pieces of the puzzle. The next piece is peer-to-peer networking. The traditional internet works by direct connections using IP addresses and normally central servers. The peer-to-peer network runs decentralized. The fourth piece of the puzzle is giving developers an SDK filled with tools to work with. Developers can plug these tools into their applications so they can be a part of the new generation of internet. With these pieces working together, we gain access to the power of the smart economy, a safer and smarter kind of internet with wealth and the ownership of digital assets, all in a safer environment.
The French poet Arthur Rimbaud once wrote, "One must be absolutely modern." We might think of today's centralized social media giants as modern entities. Sure, they're relatively recent and we access them through the internet. But if you look deeper, you'll discover that they're still functioning by that same old industrial age paradigm. At their core, they're just manufacturing and selling a product to their customer. This doesn't seem so bad until you realize that you are not the customer. You are the product. Your data, your preferences, and your privacy is really what they're selling. And their customer? Advertisers. There is a more modern way forward. Elastos leverages all of the strengths of the current internet, but without the self-serving corporate mentality. Elastos is a decentralized platform. But unlike the prying internet platforms of today, Elastos offers real security by stopping apps from accessing data that's not meant for them. It's also intelligent, a totally decentralized peer-to-peer economic infrastructure. And Elastos can be trusted with wealth because it authenticates digital rights, transfers contracts, and turns data into assets through the blockchain. No more middlemen, no central authority, no more Big Brother commoditizing your data, because it's time. It's time for Smart Web. It's time for Elastos.
Today, there is a seemingly infinite supply of digital books, music, and movies. But if you can't sell it to anyone else, do you really own it? Elastos wants to make digital assets identifiable and tradable. With a focus on property rights, we intend to build a new internet centered on digital wealth creation. On the Elastos internet, digital content creators will know exactly how many times their product was bought, viewed, played, and read. Elastos uses blockchain technology to issue IDs for digital content, making it possible to know who owns which digital assets. The Elastos project has a long history, starting in 2000 when founder Rong Chen returned to China to develop an operating system for the internet age. In 2017, the Elastos project became a global project that is driven by the Elastos community. Completely open source with over 4 million lines of code and supporting different languages, Elastos facilitates the new generation of apps running anywhere, such as in VR headsets, game consoles, phones, and other devices. And Elastos token will serve the purpose of the digital currency in the whole ecosystem. Elastos is making it possible for digits to become wealth and bringing the internet economy to new levels of utility. Elastos, turn digital into wealth.
A new kind of web. A new generation of networking. Powered by blockchain technology. This new internet, you will own your digital assets and generate wealth. We want to make digital assets scarce, identifiable, and tradable. A platform for decentralized applications. Peer-to-peer networking with no centralized control. The old internet is a web of information. The new internet is a web of applications. We aim to create a new kind of internet. What the web is supposed to be, Elastos will be. Believe in an internet of wealth. Believe in Elastos.